trial balance is a statement prepared with the debit as well as credit balance of the ledger accounts to test the arithmetical accuracy. The basis of trial balance relates to the dual aspect concept of the double entry system. A tallied trial balance is not a conclusive proof of an accuracy of books of account since certain types of errors remain even after preparing the trial balance. Hello everyone, I am Harshita, lecturer, Department of Commerce, Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. My dear students, today we are in the last session of Unit 2 of the subject Fundamentals of Business Accounting, and this is for first sem B.B.A student. So your Unit 2 is all about accounting process. So we have discussed about journal as well as ledger. So let us quickly recall what we have discussed in a previous session. So in a previous session, we had solved a problem where we have recorded the entries, that is the transactions in the journal, as well as we have posted them to ledger accounts. That is a problem on ledger accounts. In today's session, this is a continuation of this particular unit where we are going to learn about the trial balance. So let us see what is the meaning of trial balance. So there is a definition which is given by J.R. Batley. So trial balance is a statement prepared with the debit as well as credit balance of the ledger accounts to test the arithmetical accuracy. So why we are going to prepare the trial balance? So remember, trial balance is not an account, it is a statement. So we know we'll start recording the transactions from the journal. So once the transactions are recorded in the journal, so it has been classified into individual ledger accounts. But we have to know whether those ledger accounts or whether the accounts which is being prepared in the ledger, whether it is correct or not. In order to check the accuracy, so we have to check the total of debit should be equal to total of credit, because each and every transaction has a debit with the corresponding credit. It means that the total of debit should be equal to total of credit, so that we can tell that our ledger account is correct. Suppose if our ledger account is not correct, then our trial balance will not get tallied. That is, the total of debit column will not be equal to total of credit column. So it is very difficult for an accountant if he don't check the accuracy, then he prepares a financial statement at the end of the financial year. So that if any mistake is made, so it will be carried out throughout the financial year. So in order to reduce that risk, so what the accountant will do, once the transactions are recorded in journal and it is been immediately posted to ledger accounts, so he will check the ledger accounts by preparing the trial balance. So what you have to remember here, trial balance is a statement and it is not an account which is prepared in order to check the accuracy of ledger account, so that the financial statement can be prepared very easily at the end of the financial year. Now, this definition tells that trial balance is a statement. As we all know, it is not an account, it is a statement prepared with a debit as well as credit balance. So, we are going to take all the debit as well as credit balance of ledger accounts, that is balances of ledger account. So, what is the main intention? To check the arithmetical accuracy, to check whether our journal entry as well as ledger account is correct or not. So, for that reason, we will prepare a statement which is known as what? Trial balance. A trial balance is a statement showing the balance or the total of debit as well as credit of all the accounts in the ledger with a view to verify the arithmetical accuracy of posting into ledger accounts from the journal. So as I've already told you, the main intention of preparing this trial balance is to check the arithmetical accuracy, to check the correctness of ledger accounts, what we have already posted from the journal. So once the transaction is recorded in the journal, so it will be immediately posted to ledger account. So to check the accuracy of ledger account, we have to prepare a statement which is called as trial balance. So trial balance is an important statement in the accounting process as it shows the financial position or final positions of all the accounts and help in preparing the final statements. So this is done, or this trial balance is prepared before the financial statement is prepared. So if we prepare the financial statement, then preparing the trial balance is a waste. So first we have to check whether our journal entry and ledger account is correct or not. Then we will move on for the preparation of financial statement. So in between, that statement is prepared only to check the accuracy of ledger account. Suppose if the ledger account is wrong, it means that there is some mistake in the ledger account, or we have made mistake in the journal entries. So that rechecking can also be done by going through this trial balance. So it acts as a link between the primary accounting work and the final accounting work. So as I've told you, only once the trial balance is correct, where the total of debit column is equal to total of credit column, then only the preparation of financial statement takes place. Or else, if we are not going to prepare the trial balance and directly preparing the financial statement at the end of the financial year, so if there is any small mistake, so it ultimately affects the financial position of the business. The basis of trial balance relates to the dual aspect concept of the double entry system. So as I've already told you, it's all related to the double entry system, which tells that for each and every debit there should be a corresponding credit. In the sense, one should be giving aspect, other one is taking aspect. In the sense, for each and every transaction in the journal entry, for each and every debit, there should be a corresponding credit. Here two aspects are recorded simultaneously. One is debit, other one is credit, where the total of debit should be equal to total of credit. A trial balance is just a statement and not an account. So this you have to remember, it is not an account but it is a statement. So trial balance is a statement and it is not an account. So it is normally prepared at the end of the accounting year. So that is before the preparation of financial statement, we are going to prepare the trial balance at the end of the financial year. However, an organization may prepare a trial balance at the end of any chosen period, which may be monthly, quarterly, half yearly or annually, depending upon its requirements. So it doesn't mean that it should always prepare at the end of the financial year, that is annually. So it can be prepared monthly or quarterly, half yearly or yearly. So depending upon the requirements of the organization to check the accuracy of ledger account, so they can prepare as per their wish. So this is about the meaning of trial balance. Now let us see what are the features or characteristics of trial balance. So moving on to the first one, it is a list of balance of all the ledger accounts and the cash book. So this we have already discussed. So trial balance. So where do we get the entries for the trial balance? From the ledger accounts. So all the accounts in the ledger accounts are being checked in a statement which is called as what? Trial balance. So for the trial balance, all the entries is from where? From the ledger account. So it is a list of balance of ledger account, that is both debit balance as well as credit balance of ledger account itself is being checked in the trial balance. So it is just a statement and not an account. So this you have to remember. Trial balance is just a statement and it is not an account. Next, it is neither a part of double entry system nor does it appear in the actual books of account. It is just a working paper. Now, this trial balance is not an account, it is just a statement, and here it is not a part of financial statement. It is just a working paper where we are going to check the accuracy of the ledger account. So it is a working paper and it is not a part of financial statement. It can be prepared at any time during the accounting period, say at the end of every month, every quarter, every half yearly or annually as per the requirement of the organization. So it can be prepared. It doesn't mean that it should be prepared at the end of a year only. So as per the requirement of the organization, if they want to check the accuracy of ledger account, so it can be prepared at the end of every month or for every quarter, half yearly or yearly. Next one is, it is always prepared on a particular date and not for a particular period. So it will be prepared on a particular date but not for a particular period. And the next feature is that it is prepared to check the arithmetical accuracy. So this is a main objective of preparing the trial balance, that is in order to check the arithmetical accuracy of ledger accounts. So if the books are arithmetically accurate, the total of all the debit balance of a trial balance will be equal to the total of all the credit balance. So here I have told you all the transactions will be taken from the ledger accounts, that is all the debit accounts as well as all the credit accounts, where in the trial balance the total of debit column should be equal to total of credit column. Then only we can tell that the trial balance is accurate or the ledger account is accurate. A tallied trial balance is not a conclusive proof of an accuracy of books of account, since certain types of errors remain even after preparing the trial balance. But we cannot actually tell that if our trial balance, that is the total of debit balance and the total of credit balance of trial balance is equal, so we cannot tell that it is actually correct. So there may be certain mistakes, there may be certain errors which is being made unintentionally. So even though the trial balance debit as well as credit will be equal, so it doesn't mean that it is actually accurate. So there may be certain chances that due to some errors the trial balance might have tallied. So these are the few features or characteristics of trial balance. Now coming to the next concept, that is preparation of trial balance. So there are actually three methods to prepare the trial balance. So the first method is totals method, and the second one is balance method, and the third one is total cum balance method. So these are the three types of preparing the trial balance or three methods of preparing trial balance. Now we shall see what is the format of trial balance. As I told you, trial balance is a statement and it is not an account which contains a list of all the debit balance as well as a list of all the credit balance, where the total of debit balance should be equal to total of credit balance. And the main intention of preparing the trial balance is to check the arithmetical accuracy. So let us see what is the format here. So this is the format. You have to write the heading trial balance of, suppose it is of A Limited. So trial balance of A Limited as on. So we are going to prepare at the end of the financial year, 31st/3/2021. Okay, so this will be the heading. And your first column will be serial number, where you are going to write all the serial number from 1, and you will write the name of the accounts. So you will write the title, account title, for example, machinery account, sales account, purchases account, furniture account. So this is all the name of the accounts. Next, ledger folio. So there will be a column for ledger folio where the page number of ledger will be written here. Next, debit balance and credit balance. The account to be debited, that amount will be recorded in the debit balance. The amount to be credited, so the account that has to be credited, the amount will be recorded in the credit balance. So we'll come to know when we solve few problems, or we shall see few examples relating to the trial balance. So hope you are clear with the format here. So we'll be having serial number, name of the accounts, ledger folio, debit balance column and credit balance column. Now we shall see what are the steps which are involved, that is steps in preparation of trial balance or steps involved in the preparation of trial balance. Now as per the format itself, we shall go step by step. That is how we have to prepare the trial balance. Very easy to prepare. Now the first one is ascertain the balance of each account in the ledger. So what you have to do? So by seeing the ledger, we have to ascertain each account balance. For example, if we take machinery account, so we have to actually ascertain, or we have to actually take out what is the actual balance of machinery account. So first we have to ascertain the balance of each and every individual account. Next, the second is record each account and place its balance in the debit or credit column as the case may be. So after ascertaining or after taking the balance of each and every account, next we have to place those accounts, whether it has to be debited or credited. So those account has to be debited, then we have to write the amount in the debit side. If the account that has to be credited, then we have to record the amount in the credit side. So here it includes following steps, that is first column. So here the first column is what? Serial number. So first column is used to record the serial number of various ledger accounts, where you write it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like that you will write the serial number. And the second column is what? Second column is used to record the name of the various ledger accounts. So as I told you, you can write the name of various ledger account. For example, you can write it as cash account, machinery account. So here for 1, you can write it as cash account. Next, machinery account. For 2, like that you have to write the name of the account. So in the third column, as I told you, you have to write the ledger, that is the page number of the ledger where the individual accounts has been taken. For example, we shall take it as it is from page number 4. Next, this is from page number 6. Like that. The number or the page number of the ledger from where the individual accounts has been taken. And the next one is fourth column is used to record the debit balance of various ledger accounts. Now, if you see here, that is cash account. So, we will write it as, and we shall assume that amount is 10,000. So, I have written in the debit balance. So, bank or cash is what? It is an asset. So, we will record in the debit balance. Next, machinery also. We shall take it as 50,000. So, it is also debit balance. So, like this, we have to record. Next is fifth column is used to record the credit balance. Suppose it is bank overdraft, then the amount will be recorded in the credit balance. So, we shall take it as bank overdraft. So that the amount will be recorded in the credit balance. So, let us take it as 20,000. So, this is how you are going to prepare the trial balance. First, we will record the serial number, next name of the accounts, ledger folios. So, in your book, normally you will not record this ledger folio, so it will be blank. Okay, next is debit balance. The account that has to be debited, the amount should be recorded in the debit balance. The account that has to be credited, the amount has to be recorded in the credit balance. So, this is how you are going to prepare the trial balance. And the next step is that ascertain the total of debit balance column. Next, what you have to do? You have to ascertain the total of debit balance column. So, here it is 60,000. Next, after that, ascertain the total of credit balance column. So, next we have to make sure that the total of credit balance column. So, let us assume that there is something called 40,000 here. So, let us take it as creditors so that our trial balance will be equal. So, this is creditors. Next step is what? After adding all the debit balance column, now add all the credit balance column. So, here also it is 60,000. Okay. So, after that, verify that the total of debit balance column equal to total of credit balance column. So, we have to check whether the total of debit balance column is equal to total of credit balance column. Next, if they do not tally, it indicates that there is some errors. So, if it tallies, then there is no error or no mistakes. So, if it doesn't tally, then we have to see through that there is some mistake in the ledger account. So, these are the steps which are involved in the preparation of trial balance. Now, moving on to the next concept, let us see what are the objectives of trial balance. So, the main objective is that to ascertain the arithmetical accuracy. So, as we all know, the main intention of preparing this statement, that is trial balance, to check whether our ledger account is correct or not. It is nothing but what? Arithmetical accuracy of ledger accounts. And the second step is that to help in locating errors. So, if our trial balance does not tally, it means that there is some error which indicates what? There is some mistake in the ledger account. So, this trial balance helps us to locate the errors. Next, to help in the preparation of financial statement, of course, I have told you, if you do not prepare the trial balance and directly prepare the financial statement, if there is any some mistakes, unintentionally some mistakes have done, then what happens? It ultimately affects the financial statement. So, if you prepare the trial balance and check the accuracy, then if it is correct, then we can directly move on to the preparation of financial statement. So, thereby it helps in the preparation of trial or financial statement. To help in making the adjustment while preparing the final accounts. So, it also helps to make several adjustments while preparation of final accounts, that is end of the financial year. So, these are the few objectives of trial balance. Now, moving on to the next concept, let us see some specimen. that is specimen of trial balance. So, how we have to write, as I told you, trial balance of. So, this is a specimen of trial balance where you can write the heading as trial balance of Mr. A Limited. So, let us take it as A Limited as on 31st March 2020. So, this will be the heading and this is just a specimen here. As I told you, you will write the serial number. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and it continues. So, serial number will be there and they will give you the account. So, we have to see whether it is a debit balance or credit balance. Now, capital, it is a credit balance. Land and building, debit balance. Plant and machinery, debit balance. Equipment, debit balance. Furniture and fixture, debit balance. Cash at bank, debit balance. Cash in hand, debit balance. Debtors, debit balance. Bills receivable, it is an asset, debit balance. Opening stock, debit balance. General reserve. So, what is this general reserve? So, we will record in the liability side of the balance sheet. So, we have to see whether it is a debit or credit balance. Purchase, carriage inward. So, like that, individual accounts has to be seen where we have to record. So, in the same way, all the items, this is just a specimen where all the expenses will be recorded in the debit balance and all the incomes will be recorded in the credit balance. So, this is a specimen of trial balance. Next, so after that what you have to do, as usual I have told you, you have to add all the total of debit balance and add all the total of credit balance. We shall go through a problem so that you can clearly understand how we have to prepare the trial balance. Now here there is a problem, that is from the following particulars of Mr. Arjun, prepare trial balance as on 31st/3/2017. So they have given the balance of each and every accounts here where they are asking us to prepare the trial balance. Now go through this table. So they have given capital 2,33,000, stock of goods 60,000, motor car 89,000, discount received 4,000, sales 4 lakh, cash at bank 46,000, rent paid 40,000, wages 97,000, purchases 3,50,000, trade creditors 45,000. Now we shall directly go through the solution. So how we have to prepare the trial balance? Write the heading trial balance as on 31st/3/2017. You know the format, that is serial number, name of the accounts, ledger folio, debit balance as well as credit balance. Now we shall see the serial number. So we shall write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Now first one is what? Capital. Capital is 2,33,000 and it is a credit balance. 2,33,000. Next one, we have stock of goods. It's a debit balance 60,000. Next is motor car 89,000 debit balance. Next, discount received. So it is an income, that is 4,000. Next, we have sales 4 lakh. So it is a credit balance. Next one, cash at bank, debit balance 46,000. And the next one, rent paid, it is an expense, debit balance 40,000. Next, we have wages 97,000. So it is an expense. Next, we have purchases. So it is a debit balance 3,50,000. And the next one, trade creditors 45,000. It's a credit balance. So if you add both the side, so 6,82,000 in the credit side, whereas coming to the debit side, 6,82,000. In the sense, the total of debit is equal to total of credit balance. In the sense, our ledger account is correct. That is, the total balance of each and every ledger account is correct. So this is how you are going to prepare the trial balance. So my dear student, in this particular unit, you have learnt about the journal, then how you have to post those journal entries into individual ledger accounts, then how you have to prepare or how you have to check the accuracy of ledger account by preparing the trial balance. So hope you have understood today's session. See you all in my next session with a new topic. Till then, take care. Thank you.